Hi, I'm Chris Bates, and I thought I'd demonstrate this simple discus training tool that I've developed and talk a little bit about discus technique at the same time. I started throwing the discus at age 10, so kind of young, and had a 145 feet or a little over 44 meters throw in high school with the 2K discus, and threw about 162 or just over 49 meters at age 20 before I injured myself and retired from the decathlon.
This is what the tool looks like. Basically a wooden plate with 4 flexible pins set about 33 centimeters apart on the arc of a circle of about 1 meter. 1 meter radius.
So to use it, the athlete tries to tap the top of the risers with the right foot during the early spin phase to teach the concept of keeping the foot away from the center of gravity, like this. Now, the athlete that's just beginning to learn the discus can spin in place, but I would recommend dropping that drill relatively soon. I don't like spinning in place because it reinforces the action of just spinning without the transfer of momentum towards the front of the ring that's so important. Many decathletes and young discus throwers don't come out of the back of the ring with the correct body posture, and I'll explain later why that's so vital. So the basic drills look like this. Spinning very slowly at first, almost as slow as you possibly can. Try to tap the pegs with your foot, then essentially fall towards the front of the ring along the left sector line or the middle of the sector. I like to do it a few times to where I feel like I'm almost going to fall on my nose and have to catch myself at the very last second. The discus is just like the other throws. You want to create momentum and then block it to transfer that momentum into the implement. You can't get a good transfer of momentum towards the direction of the throw if your torso is too upright during the beginning of the spin.
Like this. Drive with your right knee and carry your momentum towards the front of the ring more smoothly, like this. Next, I execute the spin and actually jump as far as I can towards the front of the ring. Make sure you keep your left pinky up to help keep the left shoulder up. Keep your vision traveling in the same orbit as the discus, and lean into it without buckling at the waist. This drill is a little hard to do and some people might not like it, but the idea is to start going as far as you can on the first phase, then bringing your foot back, your right foot back into where you're landing with the right foot in the correct spot, just past the middle of the ring.
You should get to where you can almost come to a complete stop when your right foot is getting towards the last pin. You should have enough balance that you can come almost to a complete stop before you continue to move across the ring.
So let's start putting together what we've practiced. This sequence is super important. It shows how the body is the axis of a spinning object, and just like a spinning top that's slowing down, the top of the axis stays relatively motionless while the bottom draws a large circumference around the center of gravity. In other words, if you want to hit the position where your body and hips are in front of the discus in the power position in the front of the ring, your body has to have the equal and opposite attitude in the back of the ring. This is why it's so important to lean into the spin as you're crossing the ring.